Hi everyone, welcome to my page. I'm Peggy. I'm your Seint 3D makeup artist. I love makeup, especially Seint. Since I found Seint Cream, it's this little palette and one brush, and I can do my entire face of makeup. Now the difference today, I'm stepping outside of my comfort zone. Normally my go-to brush is the 3D brush. I love this brush. It is wonderful. It is my favorite. But today, this is going to give you like a medium coverage. Today, we're going to talk about the buff brush. This bad girl is your full coverage brush. So we're going to place our makeup with the small end. See how it's a little curved? So it should be easy. But we're going to use the buff brush and we're going to do more of a full coverage. There are some of you out there that still like a full coverage as opposed to the light to medium, and that's okay. We've got you. So let's get started. Seint is a cream makeup, as most of you know, and you start with 3 shades. These 3 shades make up your one layer of makeup. We start with a contour shade, we have a brightening shade, brightening highlight, and we have a main highlight. I'm going to show you where we're going to strategically place these, and we're going to blend them as well. And again, we're going to do full coverage today, so we're using our buff brush. Now, it's B-U-F-F, buff brush. Now, I'm going to start with my contour. You can start with any shade you like. It's easier for me to start with my contour shade. And I'm not swiping, I am tapping. And contour goes on the hard parts of your face, like your forehead. There we go, right up around the hairline. And we're going to, I like a heavier cover, not a heavier coverage, but heavier contour. I don't know if I'm going to like this full coverage, but we're going to see. Now, we're just tapping our brush into our contour, and I'm going to start right at the corner of the eye, on top of that cheekbone, and go straight up towards the ear, the top of my ear. Maybe that's what we need to do, is tap it on. I normally use my finger to apply, so this is a little bit foreign to me, but I think in order to get the full coverage, we need to use both ends of this buff brush. So here we go. We're going to come over to the other side, feel for my cheekbone right about the corner of my eye, and then just tap it up towards the ear. What we're doing with contour is we're creating shadows, and we're also giving our face a lift and giving it some depth and definition. Easy for me to say, huh? My cheeks are frozen. It is so cold in southeast Louisiana, like crazy cold. I mean, like 20s and teens and things, and you have snow plows and you have de-icing machines. We don't have any of that down here, so we're just going to stay home with it till all of this blows over sometime over the weekend, I guess, or beginning of next week. Anyway, we're doing full coverage today, so we're going to tap into my contour, and again, I'm going to stay on the jawbone, more to under the neck. I'm not going to come up on my face, and right past the jowl. See that little fatty area? I just love jowls. So we're just going to put my contour there, and this is going to define and lift my jaw area. Again, just past this jowl. I am 67, soon to be 68. And yes, I have jowls. I hate it, but there they are. Now, I also have a turkey neck. Not crazy about that either, but there it is. So we're going to tap into my contour, and we're going to start at one divot, come down a little further under my neck than I ever have, and we are going to just connect that. Now, did you see the shadow that created? What it did at that point is we're creating a shadow to where it brings my chin forward, and you don't notice my turkey neck as much. Is it still there? Yes, it is. Surgery would be the only thing I'm assuming that would help that. I don't have surgery money, so what we're going to do is just camouflage it with our contour. Now, I am going to use my finger for my nose because my nose is looking at that brush. I don't know that I could do it justice. So again, we have contour on each pinky. The pinkies are touching and we're coming right down the top of the nose. There we go. Any left on my pinkies, I'm just going to put right on the end of the nose. Now, we're finished with the contour for all intents and purposes. A fun fact, you can use your contour shade as eyeshadow. You can fill in your eyebrows. You can line your lips. Anything you can imagine where you want to place a shadow, you want to use your contour shade. So many uses in this little palette. Now we're going to come to the brightening. We're going to just tap again, same end, and we're going to go between the eyebrows, tap a little bit more. We're going to go between the eyebrows, the center of the forehead. We're going to brighten. Why do we brighten? Because we want to accentuate the areas we want you to see. We're trying to accentuate the eyes and not all of this I have going on down here, the marionette lines and whatever you call all these wrinkles. I mean, it is what it is. Like I say, once you're 67, you have these things. Now, we're going to come right down the center of the nose. Yep, right there, right in between the two contour lines. See how that narrowed and elongated my nose? That's what we were going for. Now, I would probably use my finger to do this over again. So it's not quite, this white or this brightener is not quite as wide, the line, because there you go. It looks so much better. Now, we're going to tap in and we're going to catch the Cupid's bow, tap in, catch the center of the chin. Now, we want to accentuate the eyes, like I said, but we don't want to go underneath them. I have crepe skin under my eyes. I don't want anybody to see that, and I don't want anything settling into it. So what I'm going to do is tap in, and I'm going to put a little bit in the outer corners of my eye, and a little bit on the inner corners of my eye. And that's going to be it. When we blend, you're going to see how all this is coming together. We're strategically placing this makeup, and we're going to strategically blend it so it all stays in its place. There's a reason to look this ridiculous when you're placing your makeup, and it's a good reason too. You're gonna see. Now, see how we have these marionette lines? Mine aren't terrible yet. Some of them, it's just a fold. That's all it is. It's a fold. We're all gonna get them, like I say, unless you have surgery money. And what happens is we created shadows with the darker shade where we would take it away with our brightening shade. So you would just go in, and what that would do is take the shadow from the fold. Now, is the fold still going to be there? Yes, it is. But this will help to camouflage it just a little bit to where that shadow is not there and not as bad. Now, again, mine aren't terrible, so it doesn't show up as well as it can, or it does on some other ladies. So, it probably, mine will get worse. That's a given. Here we go. Now we've used our brightener. You can always also put it on your eyelids. I rather use my main shade on my eyelids because it has a little bit of a color corrector in it, because I have purple allergy eyes, so I am always purple on my eyelids. Some people think I have like eyeshadow up there all the time. I don't. It's allergies. Now we've used our contour, we've used our brightening highlight. Now we're going to go to our main highlight. We're going to just tap in with, again, our buff brush because we're doing a full coverage today. Notice how this color corrects as I'm putting it on the rosacea on my cheeks. This is so cool. Hi, Teresa. I hope you're staying warm. Hello, Mark. Glad you joined. So here we're going to go. We are going to just place this along our bearded area if we were a man. And again, we're just placing this where we don't have any other makeup. Your main shade is like a filler shade. So then we're going to come up here and go in between our contour shade, our main shade, and then we have our brightening shade. Now I'm just going to come and just put a little bit, just tap it on my eyelids to help color correct and just give me more of a natural look above my eyelids. And again, this is my main shade. These shades were custom color matched to me. Hi, how are you, Elaine? We're custom color matched to me. And so that's what I would like to do for you. So here we go. I do have my mascara on already. Now, I have this fourth shade. What do you do with it? This is your Lip and Cheek. Yes, Lip and Cheek, which is your blush and lipstick in terms that girls our age understand. Here we go. Where does it go? Your blush shade goes just above your contour shade. Now let's do something with these lips. Here we go. Now I am using the shade of Black Cherry. It looks black in the palette and it looks black on the website, but look how pretty it is. It's a wine color. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm done. This is my makeup bag. And again, I have my brush. Normally it wouldn't be this one, but you would just need one brush. Normally it's this one. I love my 3D brush. Now this is more of a full coverage, as I said, because there are some of you that still want a full coverage. Not a problem. We've got you covered. Now this is cream makeup, and cream makeup needs to be set. So what we're going to do, you're either going to set it with a setting spray of your choice. I love Seint setting spray or a setting powder. I like to blend with a damp brush. That's just me. If you prefer to blend with a dry brush, that's fine too. But I like to be sure that I have everything where it needs to go. And again, we're not going to do like we were taught to blend. We're going to do something else. All right, so I am going to spray my brush, because I prefer a damp brush to blend with. That's just me. Again, you do you. So we're going to take it and we're just going to move the earring out of the way, and we're just going to go along the jawline where we put that contour on our jaw and then drag all this down our neck. See how the shadow is getting a little bit darker, but it's not dark enough to where it scares you. There we go. And see, there's very little on the brush. So now what we have done, we've moved my chin forward. We've created a shadow where you don't see that turkey neck. Don't notice it as much. It's still there, but you don't notice it as much. Now, we're going to blend. How you blend is to stipple, which is gently tapping and putting this makeup exactly where you want it to go and where you want it to stay. You don't want to swipe. You don't want to rub. You want to cap. There we go. Now, you want to make sure the edges are blended like a puzzle. You want the ends to be blended, but you don't want to blend it out. That is usually a beginner mistake with cream makeup, but that's okay. We all do it, and you just learn not to. There you go. Now see how that totally took the purple away. It took the red away on my cheeks. Now we're going to just stipple underneath the eye. Notice we're not pulling that skin. We're just stippling, and the least little bit of product is going under my eyes where all that crepe skin is. We're just going to tap gently. You can even use the warmth of your fingers to where the contour is still there. The shadows are still there on my nose with the brightener in the middle. See how we're just putting everything where it needs to go and where it needs to stay. There we go. Sometimes you have to come back just a little bit. And this brush is a little foreign to me too. I don't normally use the buff brush, but it's a great full coverage because I have a lot more coverage than I normally do. But that's just because we're using the full coverage brush. Usually I use the medium coverage brush. Okay. I just wanted to do this for all of my full coverage girls who still want to wear a heavier makeup, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so we're just going to continue to stipple, and we are doing the brightening. We did the brightening highlight. We did the main highlight. Now we're going to come and we're going to circle just a little bit because contour is a little bit different of a consistency, and you want to make sure you want the shadow there, but you don't want the distinct lines like on my cheek. So there we go. Okay, now let's come to these cheeks. I always save them for last. And the more you blend, you could possibly blend it out to where you just threw away whatever it was you were trying to do just now. So what we want to do is just stipple up and down on the contour to soften it. I like to do it twice, but that's just me. You know how we're creatures of habit. That's just something, that's a Peggy thing. So we're going to take this and now grab that contour and just work it with the lip and cheek up into the temple. There we go. Now, do you think this cheek is too bold for you? That's no problem. You just don't use as much as I do. I love color, therefore I tend to be heavier handed. Same thing here. We're just going to stipple up and down. Then we're going to catch it with the lip and cheek and just drag it, or the blush, and drag it up into the temple. There you go. I'm finished. And everything I used was in this 4 palette, and I used this one brush to place and to blend. What do you think? I love Seint Cream. It made makeup wearing fun again for me. My makeup looked cakey before, so during COVID, I discovered Seint. I love it so much, I decided to share it with others. So here I am. Now, how did I get these 4 shades custom color matched to me? I was watching a beautiful lady, and she did the same thing for me that I'm doing for you. So what I want you to do, this is send me a makeup-free selfie, and I'll happily color match you for free with no obligation to buy to the 3 shades that would be the best for you and that will custom color match to your skin tone. The lip and cheek you choose is up to you. If you don't like this dark shade, we've got pinks, we've got a couple of oranges, we've got, you name it, we've got it. Beautiful, beautiful lip and cheek shades, and that's the shade of your choice. All you need is 4 shades and a brush. So what do you do with your color match? The easiest thing to do is go to a window in your home that has natural light coming in, not sunlight, natural light. And I want you to open your curtains, raise your blinds, get your phone with no makeup on at all. Take a picture, take a selfie, and I want you to catch your face, a little bit of your neck, and a little bit of your décolleté. That's it. And then send it to me, and I'll get back to you within 24 hours with your perfect shades. Again, totally free and absolutely no obligation to buy. It's my gift from me to you. Now, if you buy, thank you. If you don't, keep hanging out with me. And let's do our makeup together. I thank you so much for joining me today. Again, this is Seint Cream Makeup. It is so mature skin friendly. Like I say, I'll be 68 next month. So, hey. And this is full coverage, as you can see. Now, can you set it with setting powder after this? Absolutely. Or can you use the setting powder instead of the spray? Absolutely. Again, thank you so much for joining me today. Everybody stay warm with this Arctic freeze that we're having. You be the reason someone smiles today, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.